Pretty soon coming. I haven't seen an intro
The
broadcast.
broadcast is live.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Back.
Welcome to Startalk with your hosts, Colin and Marty.
Hey, welcome to Startalk Live. You're with Colin and with Marty, and we are back on Tuesday night. And we've already got some people coming into the chat.
Yep.
Welcome, Tim, and we're going to have a few laughs here tonight. Well, this be the what is it? Our 9th show this year so far.
Season 2.
Season 2, episode 9. And Terry Holland's in the room. Nice to see you, Terry. Got a chance to meet Terry face to face in Phoenix, which was kind of cool. And Keyword Management's in the room, and they're all starting to pop in. So how are you feeling tonight, Marty?
Oh, I feel great. I'm really in good shape.
Yeah. Troy's Let's Go Goats. Yeah, we're going to talk about goats. We're going to talk about some things. This will be the first Star Talk Live where we actually have had a little bit of miscommunication. We had a guest scheduled to come on tonight, and we think we may have just got time zone issues going. So we're actively trying to get him in the room. But so far, he's probably in a limo somewhere on his way to the show.
Probably doing a show.
And anyway, I was really looking forward to tonight's show, so I'm really hoping that he does get a chance to pop on. And if not, we will definitely get him back again.
Sure.
What do you got for us tonight, Martino?
Oh, tonight I was looking at the world of accessibility and importance and status. And I came across these passes. This is the one you designed for us, which we turned into a double-sided. This is a good idea that you had. This is the Let's Talk Rock with Colin and Marty media pass for our shows when we used to do audio. And then on the back, we immediately turned it around to Let's Talk Rock All Access. So either we were media or all access, so there's no way we didn't get in.
That's a picture of you without the beard.
Yeah, the beard's going to come off. I'm just finishing some shoots. As a matter of fact, I'm shooting tomorrow again, and I just got some good news. It was initially placed in an 8-hour episodes series on Animal Planet. Now, I find out today from the production company and my boss and everything at the site that Animal Planet is owned by Discovery.
Oh.
The Discovery Network, which I did not know. And they said, guess what?
You're going on Discovery.
Yeah, we've moved up from Animal Planet to Discovery, which I thought was amazing without even airing yet. We haven't even aired.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Like the goat. I'm excited, just like the goat. So I decided I'm going to scale down. I'm going to expand on what I have and show everybody as much as we can in the time window I'm allowed. And I'll start with You Know Yourself. There's what they call the stick-ons in the past world. So we'll start with a few stick-ons. Then we'll move to the all access and stuff like you and I had for years and that on the show. So this goes back to 88. This was Eric Clapton.
Wow.
So that's 88. And that's
it's pretty lime green, hard to see on the screen, but it does say Eric Clapton. Wow.
Yeah, and also back, never used, more 99% never used. So
Tour 89.
Yeah. And then here's one from the Lonesome Jubilee Tour, all access, John Cougar Mellencamp. So
beautiful.
That's purple. And again, like you say, we'll eventually get slides for all of this, but we're still in the formative stages. Then you and I,
we should do a book.
Oh, we will definitely do a book. You and I.
Coffee table book.
Oh, for sure. You and I on the tour with Randy opening for the Doobies.
That's the Doobies. Yeah, I remember that.
Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald and everything when you were there with us. Then Downchild is celebrating their 25th, and I had Jim Cass on, the drummer, on tour with us on Legends. Well, this was the Downchild at the El Macombo for a live recording. Now, that's a pretty rare pass to get, a live recording.
Very rare. Absolutely.
To get invited to a live recording.
Now, did you ever go to the El Macombo?
I
went
to
there?
El Macombo one time with Mountain, with Leslie West. They're the only band in the history of Canadian music. Leslie at the time was very, very heavy, around pushing 400, rest in peace now. They wheel him in on a semi-trailer air ride seat out of a semi. And they got a tank on the side that elevates the chair up to whatever level he needs to play his guitar while he's sitting. In the meantime, you get all that ironed out. This stack of PA comes into his area there, and he's got everything on 12.
Big amps, too. He's got amps.
Massive amps. And PV sponsorship, everything, the whole 9 yards. So he's there. So they get ready, and they're fooling around and horsing around, get all their sounds and everything. And then it comes time, they announce the band, and they go, ladies and gentlemen, Mountain. They come out, and he hits this note on the guitar, massive volume, blows up the whole sound system. The El Macombo. Show lasted for about a minute.
Wow.
Curtains closed, band gone, and El Macombo, people drinking, eating, no live show.
Wow. And their big hit was Mississippi Queen, right?
That's it. And BTO recorded it. You were around in these days, the Crash Test Dummies and all that. We were familiar with them, you and I. Then in 89, here, Fine Young Cannibals. So when they crossed over from the States into Canada, that's the U.S. tour best. So rather than make any for Canada, they just made promoters, stamped it on a U.S. one. So
that's rare.
Pretty unique. This one you'll get a
kick drives me crazy. That was their big song.
Yeah, Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. And then, of course, another friend of ours, Phil Collins, Genesis.
Fantastic. I mean, these are really collectible. We should do a set of NFTs on just guest
well, I've got 100 of them in my hand, so I'm going to stop with those. I'm going to go real quick. I'm slipping over. I'm going to go to an era where you could have all sorts
I'm going to do a shout out to Roger and to Dan and to Ray. Ray's in the room. Good to see you, Ray. Donna.
Ray.
My Crypto Adventures, Troy. Good to see you guys again.
Yeah, great.
Always awesome to have you in the chat. And if you have any questions, just throw them in there. We got a lot of questions about goats. We're going to get there. Don't worry. Maybe a nugget or two.
Appreciate it. Okay, and I'm coming back to artist stuff, but this time Lambs. That's a hard one, Aerosmith.
Oh, that's the Aerosmith one. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, you were at the studio and they were recording and everything.
Yeah, I had pizza with Steven Tyler and watched a movie one night.
There you go.
And that was kind of fun. And I got a chance to walk around and play and tune all of Joe Perry's guitars. And that was a really cool couple of weeks when they were at Little Mountain Sound and got a chance to just
that's great.
Yeah, my buddy was doing a lot of the running for them.
Yeah,
you know what a runner is, right?
Yeah,
you used to work with runners all the time. They're the ones that go out and get stuff.
You go get stuff and pick up stuff the band's needs, guitar strings, keyboard, gear.
I had Aerosmith all over at. I had an apartment right at Cambie and Broadway with a rooftop deck, and they used to love to come over and sit on the rooftop and look at the. Remember the fireworks for 86th Street and from Expo, and they used to love to come over and sit there and watch the fireworks, and the guys would all come up from the studio and hang out on the roof, and the runner wasn't quite a gopher. A gopher was the people, the guys that went and got gear and moved stuff around, whereas the runner.
Mules. Remember, we had mules.
Yeah, mules.
Mules
gophers.
carried stuff. Mules carried stuff. We made them carry everything. Mules.
And you had your whip, I remember.
I was Hugo, the mule master, Master Hugo. Yeah. Anyways,
you would commandeer a driver now and then, wouldn't you?
I've been known to do so. Foreigner, very nice.
Foreigner, that's a good one.
I love the artwork. Billy,
we did some shows with Foreigner. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
great Billy songs.
Joel, a true story about Billy Joel. When he was married and everything, they came here to play at the Coliseum, and his manager comes up to me and he says, Billy wants to buy.
I know what he was wanting to buy because I was there that night.
What would he want to buy?
A Land Rover.
You got it. Color white.
White.
From downtown Vancouver, the only one in town.
I didn't know you knew that.
He couldn't go there and get anything in America. Was back ordered. His manager said to me, do you know where you can get one? I said, I'll make a phone call. I phoned down to the dealership. They had it. So I said, how much? They said something like 92 grand in those days. And I said, put it on hold. We've got somebody coming down. I commandeered a car.
A runner.
Put Billy. No running. I put Billy in it. We drove to the dealership. We went in, and he put the deal together with the guy. Then we called back the Coliseum to the tour accountant, and the tour accountant then had a runner bring a certified check to the dealership. In those days, for around 90 to 92,000 Canadian. And I had Billy go back in the car with me, and I had Land Rover have one of their schleps drive the Land Rover to the Coliseum.
To the Coliseum.
Where you saw it. And then, while he was performing on stage, we reconfigured the trailer because they were on tour. And we took out a lot of merchandise, and we took out a lot of props that weren't in use, pulled them off beside, and made arrangements to rent another vehicle for them to travel on. And we put the Land Rover in the semi.
In the semi.
While he was there. And then we put all the other stuff, as much as we could get in, and scaled it down to a 1-ton truck for the merch, put the props back in the truck with the Land Rover, secured it. He came off. He said, where's the Land Rover? We said, in there. And we opened the side door, and he looked, and he said, you guys are fabulous, and God bless, and gone. So that's my Billy Joel Land Rover.
So if you remember why he was there that afternoon, and the reason I was there in the afternoon is because at that time I was doing the promo for the newspaper, and we had contest winners from the radio station.
There you go.
And they had won a private concert by Billy Joel in the afternoon.
There you go.
Where he performed for probably, I think it was about 40 people.
Wow.
And he didn't do any of his songs.
That's elite.
It was all cover songs. He did Beatles tunes, and he did, all those favorite oldies that he loves to sing, those R&B, Sam Cooke and everything.
Yeah, great.
So that was fabulous. So when we were there, and I was kind of there with another person, and we were taking and accompanying these contest winners, and then we got to take them backstage to meet Billy. And as we went backstage, that's when I saw the white Land Rover sitting right there in the back. Cheryl was there, and I actually got a picture of me wearing my Vancouver Sun jacket with Billy Joel in front of that white Land Rover.
That's cool.
I got to find that. So I didn't know that you knew that story. That's amazing. Here we are 30 years later talking about Billy Joel, and we had kind of a similar experience.
And we'll go 21 years back, 22 years back when we did this with Randy and Steve Miller, remember?
Oh, that's right.
In the States where we opened for Steve. Then when you and I and everybody, we were on tour and we were in Nashville and everything. Before that, I did a really good one. I did
the Monkees,
Gary Puckett, Herman's Hermits, and the Grassroots all in the same show.
Remember when we saw the Monkees and hung out with them?
Absolutely. All the boys. And then when we did, what's her name? Bonnie Raitt. And I still have that bag. I just found that bag actually the other day. I'm going to bring it out of green guitar picks that we got from backstage that time.
You got them all. I still have one. I still have the Bonnie Raitt.
I got a bag.
Oh, good.
There we go. Moody Blues.
Moody Blues. Yeah, that was the show. I got the blue album signed.
That's where you were. Then you were with us here with Nazareth with Randy.
Oh, yeah. You're bringing back all these memories.
Well,
Maria's in the house. Harrison, Lori, good to see you. Patricio, Noah.
And
got a few new, Will, welcome back.
Patricio. Now, here's the one with Randy opening for Van Halen.
Van Halen 5150 tour.
Access. And then after that, 95. Got a comment.
BTRX Gold says, love the Moody Blues.
Yeah. And here we come. I'm going to give you the best ones. I saved the best for last. There's moi in two aspects of the Dirty Dancing.
Oh, look at that young child.
Very young child. Rough looking though. I look like
Starsky and Hutch.
Connor, what's his name? The karate guy, Chuck Norris.
Norris.
Backstage Dirty Dancing. He told everybody that I was his brother. And when they asked what he was doing there at the Dirty Dancing, I said he came to giving me some martial arts lessons, but I don't have any time. And people laugh off.
Hey, Noah's in the house. He says, Marty, do you have a story about the 5150 Van Halen tour?
The only thing I can tell you about the 5150 Van Halen tour is when we were doing the tour, Eddie had a Fender guitar endorsement, every color of the rainbow. Randy Bachman, obsessive guitar collector of Gretsch's, which Colin and I know only too well, suddenly took an interest in Fender guitars based on the fact that they were free to Eddie Van Halen. So needless to say, both our former boss, Randy Bachman, bless his soul, decided to befriend Eddie and hang out with Eddie. So in the evening when the band would party and Eddie would sit out in the hall, Randy would sit beside him. And Eddie would be drinking and doing whatever he's doing in the band and regaling and party. And Randy was sort of sitting there, not babysitting, but just hanging, right? So the long and the short of it is, eventually he finds out from Eddie that every night Eddie gives a guitar out to the people in the audience, which is
somebody in the audience. Yeah.
Yeah. So Randy decides that he would like to have one of every color, sort of a sunburst of Fenders. So he goes to Eddie and says, you get all of these, as many as you want for free, right? Right. So he says, do sort of like an order for me of a half a dozen different colors, every color of the rainbow. So Eddie says, forget about it. He says, it's my endorsement. I'm not going to do that, right? So Randy, of course, says, okay, whatever. Listen, you guys are playing Vancouver, right? With us. Yeah. My son Tal's going to be there. Oh, really? So he puts Tally in the front row, and Eddie hands Tally the Fender. And
he got one after him.
Gets one Fender through his son being in the front row in Vancouver. So that's my Van Halen story.
That's funny. I got a few Van Halen stories. I think I've told a couple on this show before.
Yeah.
But I'll save that for another.
Absolutely.
Another show. Some of them are really, really good stories, but I think we got to keep moving here.
We are.
And have you talked to Howard lately?
I talked to Howard the other day. It was freezing. He said like 30.
Howard's a DJ out in Winnipeg that we love to talk to. He's got great stories too.
He's going to come on. He's going
to come on.
He was the only guy ever to get a Paul McCartney interview, and he flubbed it. That's a funny story.
He flubbed it?
Oh, he definitely flubbed it, but I'll let him tell the story. But anyhow, as we all know, everybody needs a tour accountant. I chose to be Mr. Smith on the tour. So that was my all-access Mr. Smith chimpanzee tour accountant laminate.
Funny.
Which I chose to have in addition. Then I'll go into the nice stuff.
The original Bored Ape, huh?
That's right. There's Ringo.
There's Ringo. There's Marty Kramer, All Access. That must have been fun shows.
There's another one. There's another Ringo one that we did.
Yeah.
That's Tour America. Here's another one in 95 in Japan. This was the one from Japan that they gave us from Japan.
Very nice. Must bring back great memories for
tremendous. You. Then this was my innovation. I decided they're going to do that. So what did I do? I did a double for everybody. Sound, lights, band, everybody. Double-sided set list.
Oh, great idea.
Around their neck. And all they do is look at it. You can't blow it. It's all here. I just did it for you.
And then the lead singer wants to change the set.
Well, that's different. But he'll never change the set on a tour, unless he may change a song. But it's a lot easier to change a song than a whole set. And then
that's true.
We just go on to our favorite, of course, the two of my prized ones, the Rolling Stones here, the steel wheel, as the Rolling Stones. I can't even. This is also steel wheels.
Ah,
that was my numbered one. You got a numbered one in addition to an access one, and then. When Quadrophenia came here, because Entwistle was in Ringo's band, I phoned him up and I talked to him and Zach, and I went down and I saw all the boys. So this is what Entwistle gave me. Quadrophenia VIP guest. I wasn't
beautiful,
but I was their finer guest. So quite a lot of fun, a lot of memories, my friends.
Garnet, can you put Noah's comment up on the screen here? There we go. He says, I have a Every Song Tells a Story DVD and plays it all the time. So I want to show you on my back wall here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This is my office. That red poster right there. And of course, this is a virtual background because I'm not at my office, but this is my office back in Vancouver.
One more to the left.
There we go.
That's it. You're on it.
That's the Every Song Tells a Story. That's the DVD and the poster that went with it, which was designed by Bob Massey,
right?
Who did a lot of those famous posters. And the one that matches it over here was the Neil Young Clean Air concert that we did with the Bare Naked Ladies. And that one is signed by Bob Massey, by Neil Young, by Bachman, by Bare Naked Ladies, and everybody else. So those are nice. I put two Bob Masseys on either side of the wall, so that was kind of good. But anyway, thanks, Noah, for that comment. And because I look like a ghost, I'm going to lose the background here. So give me a second.
Get rid of that background.
I just had to show that off. It's very, very cool to have that. And there we go.
There we are. He's back.
And there we go. I just sent my video of calling in the lobby to Garnet. Well, I don't know if we want to show that anytime soon. I have to approve that first.
Video man.
May have been a glass of wine or two involved. You never know.
He's quite the radio.
My Crypto Adventures is saying, has Marty cataloged all his vintage collections already?
No.
He's got a vintage museum right there. He does have a vintage museum, and it's a lot bigger than meets the eye. Trust me.
Needless to say, the answer is no. I have not cataloged the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of items.
But you know where everything is. I've been to your place, and you'll walk right to something that you haven't seen in 25 years, and you'll pull it right out.
That's not exactly true. It took me from 1995 to 2021 to find 3 uncirculated photos of the Beatles, which I promised to Ringo, and that's a testament to what's going on here. Craziness.
Yeah, well, I've seen all your pinball machines, and
you've seen all that.
You've got...
Here's one that probably nobody's ever seen. This came from the Final Hour Baptist Church in Mulvaney, Kansas. Reverend G.L. Carroll presiding. So that was the back of the card. So that was the Baptist Church card. This was the front of the card. Now, what that card says is, you may tie your shoestrings in the morning, but the undertaker may untie them before night. Are you ready to meet your maker?
Wow, where did you get that?
Oh, I got that in Kansas when we were on tour in a church. We were going by a place there, and there was like a bazaar and that going on. And of course, I have to stop at all these things. And they were there like for the taking. I just picked one. I should have taken them all, but I laminated this one, and I've had it because of my...
Well, that's because you have Hearses. How many Hearses do you have?
I have 4 Hearses, which were used in the production
in movies.
The Killing. And our good friend Paul Archer has a Hearse, and his Hearse is in slight state of disrepair, and I'm going to be discussing with Paul the possible purchase of a Hearse from myself here. And
Neil Young had a Hearse.
Mortimer Hearseberg was Neil's Hearse. He drove it across Canada, Packard, all the way from Winnipeg, all the way to LA. And then when we were there with Randy, the Hearse, it wasn't there, but he had... You've seen these postcards for sale in San Francisco in the Bay and everything of Cadillacs pounded into the ground. And I said, this is brilliant. Never, ever known. It was on his property. He had them pounded into the ground. And they took that shot, and he had a stockade of Cadillacs and everything. He had a Quonset of militaria and tanks and armored cars and sidecars. And cars out of this world, but 9 photos allowed.
No photos.
No photos. Walkthrough, very gracious. Did a walkthrough with Randy and myself. Funny story, which our listeners will probably like. He invented a chip.
This is Neil Young you're talking about.
Neil Young invented a chip. We were down there doing some songs for
Made in Canada, wasn't it?
No, Any Road.
Oh, Any Road, yeah. Made in Canada came after that.
That's correct. And Any Road, and we were there doing a bunch of stuff, and Neil was doing some grunge. So I filmed a ton of grunge, which he said you can never use. So unfortunately, we won't be able to use it on the show. I can show it to you and substantiate it, but it's never for release. He said, if I ever see that anywhere, he said, you'll regret the day you were born.
Oh, well, then you could put it on Spotify.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Thank you. And then I'll be gone forever.
You'll never see it.
And he rides forever neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. But anyway, bottom line being that while we were there, he tells us he invented this little chip for the trains, electric trains, Lionel trains. So they say, brilliant. We can reinvent the train modern with these chips and everything in it. So he gets the deal, like he gets the contract. Neil Young, a music guy, songwriter, great performer, ends up doing and passing on this invention to the people to outfit these trains. So the long and the short of it is he did so much work that they couldn't afford to pay him. So they said, look, we can't afford to pay you. You now own the company.
Yeah, I think he bought Lionel Trains, didn't he?
Yeah, so he did. And then he brought boxcars and he bought track and everything. And he had storage on his property when we were there. The bottom line is we go into a Quonset, and the whole Quonset, Colin, is 4 tour buses, a bunch of little offices and rooms, and the whole Quonset is a train yard. Scale, not full size. He's got a Chernobyl in there with bombed out and bodies and bridges blowing up. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. And he's got a big engineer's room where he sits up there and controls the whole thing. Freight trains, passenger trains, whatever kind of trains, armament trains. He's got it all. Wow. So who comes in? Elliot Roberts, rest his soul. Neil's former manager, passed on. We love you, Elliot. Bottom line, he comes in and he says, where's Neil? So I say he's in the tower. So they got a communication there where you can converse. So Elliot goes, Neil, it's Elliot. What do you want? He says, I got Peter Gabriel on the phone. He wants to rent the studio. He wants to know when. So Neil's response is, Elliot, I'm in the tower now. I've got some friends over, and I'm playing with my trains.
Not too close to the mic.
Yeah, you let him talk to you about it. I've got no time for this. You work it out. So
he wouldn't talk to Peter Gabriel because he was playing with his trains.
And we're laughing, and Randy says, wow, I can't believe.
Must be nice.
But
it's totally, Peter Gabriel on hold so I can get my caboose, caboose moving.
It gets better. The windows in the stores used to have those big murals of a kid infatuated with a train going around. Soon as he ended up with Lionel Trains and everything, he took the kid's face out and put his face in.
I didn't know
like
that.
You had the one-of-a-kind Elvis thing that you sold. He had the one-of-a-kind mural of himself in this train yard. Now,
I think Richard got a shot of that. And didn't he call it Shakeyville?
Yeah.
That was the name of the town where the trains were, I think.
That's right, Shakeyville. So the bottom line, I wonder what happened to dear Neil now that Peggy's passed and that whole scenario is gone. All those people that you and I knew and visited and had been, I said to myself, where did that all go?
Well, he made those trains for his sons, right? And they had a lot of enjoyment with that. And
True enough. But that was amazing times in our life. And then I had a lot of fun. Like you're a designer. I used to toss different passes out. I used to put this kind of thing out there and walk around, and they'd go, "What the hell? Who are you?" Where? I said, "Never mind." And then in the back, I put.
You were always a comedian, and people never knew whether to take you serious or be.
And then on the back, I put on the back of it, I put, "Please dial room service at extension 50 for your complimentary cookies and hot chocolate." After I showed them this. So they said, completely gone. Then I did the old Dick Tracy one.
Dick Tracy, yeah.
Which was pretty cool. Then,
did you ever think when we used to watch Dick Tracy as a kid that you'd ever have a watch you could talk into and phone your...
No. Then,
welcome to the music, Apple Watch.
We used to do the Much Musics, the big ticket when Burton was there. So they gave you the...
I did that show. I did that on the mountain.
That's right.
Where was that? Whistler Mountain.
Whistler Mountain. And
that's when it was so cold, and then they put the space heaters on the stage. It made some of the lights explode.
Yes.
Because the hot and cold differential, and all of a sudden, big explosion and glass all over the place. It was a bit frightening. Anyway, Maria says, Marty, thank you for sharing your amazing stories.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Maria. Be social.
And Sabina's here. Welcome.
Yeah, no problem.
And Melanie, hey, Happy Tuesday to you too.
Yeah. All the best to all of you. If you want to write down something, I've got a Grateful Dead In the Dark Arista official promo pad that you could write notes on.
Wow, an Arista pad.
Yeah, that's
very cool.
Remember they used to give you all that stuff? They used to give you pens and they used to
Yeah,
give
I
you...
have a lot of A&M. I have
Yeah.
A&M mugs, and I have,
Yeah, you got all that stuff.
cassette cases that hold boxes of cassettes, all kinds of things. They used to give you Actually, A&M was the best for giving out
Definitely.
day planners every year. For years, we got a really nice leather-bound day planner with A&M records on the front, and that was one of my prized possessions. I think I had almost a decade worth of A&M journals and planners. So cool.
Oh yeah, you carry over into stuff. This is one of my prized. I'll tell you how many I got. 2, 4. I've got 6 from 1994 that I kept. World Tour Voodoo Lounge passes.
Oh, those are nice.
Working personnel. You only got that if you worked the show. I only gave you had to be a worker.
And just in the spirit of an NFT, those weren't easy to copy because you've got that hologram on the front, and it's you can't just go and photocopy those and all of a sudden be walking around.
And the Stones logo, which they own, and so on, so forth. You're very right.
Observant.
And you're observant. Here's some.
Hey, Austin's in the house. He's saying howdy, y'all.
There's something neat.
There's a few stars for Austin.
That's a few stars for Austin, but those were I suggested Ringo Starr on merchandise. Ringo Starr shoelaces.
Oh, is that what they are? Oh,
yeah, they're shoelaces. That's a prototype that I made.
You're going to hypnotize everybody. We're getting dizzy here.
Hypnotizing boogie.
Hypnotize.
Then I guess I got a fair amount of these too. I should have. Private Issue did a special with Ringo, and they sponsored for a while, and they had for their staff a special pass made, which I was given and instructed only to give it out to certain people on certain nights. So when the sponsor tells you that only certain people get it, it's not a laminate.
It's for goats only.
That's right, for goats only. I like that, for goats only. And then it just goes on and on. Everybody has their own way of doing it and creativity. So the world is full of it, just like the NFTs and the goats. These are every kind. I had a different one every night, different colors. So there's the blues, there's the reds, and there's the yellows. So it's like this in itself is an investment.
Absolutely.
That many cloth passes unused, 3 colors from 1995, unused.
You have them.
And I have them.
Make some people in the chat want one of those as a prize one of these days.
Always give a prize. Now, here's some others that were given to guests of the band. These were given to Felix. I issued them to Felix, but he came to me and he said, I need 2 for the party. So I said, you got them, Phil. I said, I'll deliver them. I brought them to him, and he said, no, the guests can't make it. So there's the 2 that I made for Felix. But then that night, the company then said to me, we've got the other ones, which I've shown our fans. And then what do you think? So I said, you know what? Let's change up. They said, brilliant.
So explain to the chat who Felix is.
Felix Cavallari was a keyboardist and singer from the Young Rascals. And he was the keyboardist on Ringo Starr and the All-Star Band Tour in 1995.
And some of his big hit records were?
Was Good Lovin'.
Yeah, A Good Love.
That's and then it's a beautiful morning. I can't remember the other songs. It's been a while, 1995. I haven't spoken to Felix for many, many years. And then I went ahead and did the same thing as I did with the Ringo stuff. I went ahead and put it in circular and then in blue. So again, and then of course in yellow. So when you take that stack that I just showed you and this stack,
yeah,
that's a fair amount of equity. It's just like investing in goats. I invested in passes.
Wow.
At the time. So I'm just going to hang on and see where it goes. And
Josh is in the room. Joshua says, "What's the best talk? Startalk."
I like it.
With Colin and Marty. Otherwise, you'll get some science guy.
Have you ever seen this?
Let's see. The Bank Secrecy Act requires us to report all transactions in excess of 10,000. Where was that from?
Oh, this one here came to me via the bank, and when we went to the border, you have to declare this. You used to have to declare how much money as a term you were carrying in and out of the country, right? I used to do 20, 30, 40, $50,000. So it was a strange time when people actually, believe it or not, carried cash. But I had the best, and I should have got an endorsement for doing it. When I was the tour manager and I had large amounts of money to get out of a venue and that, what did I do? I took it out in none other than a takeout bag of McDonald's.
Wow.
Because I said to myself, there's nobody in their right mind that's going to knock out a guy coming out, a working man, with a bag of McDonald's on his way home.
That's correct. And I'll never forget when I was in doing a gig in Nova Scotia in a theater.
Yeah.
And the dressing room was downstairs.
Uh-huh.
And we pulled up in the tour bus, and it was cold out. There was a lot of snow on the ground.
Right.
And went down to the dressing rooms, and we all had our knapsacks, and we're all getting ready for the show and getting ready to go up on stage.
Yeah.
And Randy was there, and he said, "You guys aren't leaving your backpacks in here, are you?"
Right.
And we said, "Well, it's the venue. What else are we going to do? Take them back out to the bus? It's freezing."
Yeah, exactly.
So we get up and go on stage, and when we come down, everything was stolen.
Disgrace.
Everything except Randy's stuff, because he always puts his in a black garbage bag.
Right beside, but he also he used to wear a purse on him.
Yeah, but he left all of his other stuff in a garbage bag. Nobody in their right mind is going to take a McDonald's bag or a black garbage bag.
Stealing garbage in the dressing room. You're right, 100%.
We're going to have to bring Garnet on here pretty soon.
I love Garnet.
We're clicking away. Were you digging for something else there? What are you looking for?
I just came on Japan Airlines Marty Kramer boarding pass. I kept them all from the band, and Richie used to come on as Richard Starkey. So I have that. I love that. Even that, and these, we used to get these made up. These were great when we did Caesar's Palace. They did these. So
I can see it better there. Yeah.
We did 2 nights at Caesar's
Palace.
That
would have been fun.
Time of the life. And then, it's just insanity, because it goes from that kind of stuff, and then I'm going to end, and we're going to bring Garnet, but it goes from that to this. And then
Val's in the house. She says black garbage bags were my matching luggage when I was a kid. That's how it doesn't get stolen.
That's right. Now these, my friend.
And now
you will like these, because these are what's referred to as deadwood in the touring business. This happens to be a number of different venues of Ringo Starr and the All-Star Band unused tickets.
Wow.
Fair amount of tickets there. This one was from 1995 at the National Cherry Festival with Ringo Starr and his All-Star Band. And
you must have always had to get an extra suitcase or two for all this stuff.
Oh, I used to start off with 1 bag and end up with 3.
And in those days, you could probably take as many bags. Do you remember we used to go through the airport with road cases and everything and put them on as luggage?
Yeah, but then remember we got stopped, and then I made some inquiries, and we ended up that I got the inside information from the customs and immigration. The guy says to me, "You'll never get that stuff through there. It's got to come through here and be examined and everything like that." So I said, "Okay, that's fine. We'll do that." After that one time that we did it, I thanked him and I said, "So to avoid all this, what do I have to do?" So he says, "What you do is you go down, you declare it, you get the carnet, or you get the
carnet, yeah,
or the P2. Not the P2s are for immigration. You get
manifest.
You show carnet. It to them, they stamp it. Audio, video, guitar, is a serial number, the whole 9 yards, 10 pages. You come back up here, you get in this line, in a line like where I am, with your band. Then you walk up, you show me your boarding passes, you tell me who the band is, and you show me those manifests, and you tell me one magic sentence. When I ask you, what are these for? You say tools of the trade.
Tools of the trade.
Now, he said, when you say the words tools of a trade, I let you through. Have everything in. So
I wish those days were still here.
Huh?
I said I wish those days were still here.
Oh, no, not anymore. Those days, my friend, are long gone. We used to have, even as
but now you just rent everything on the other side. You don't have to carry anything.
But in 2000, we used to have dogs sitting when we'd come through. But of course, the word always got out. I wonder how. I guess I must have told somebody. Anyways, that Randy was coming.
Tools of the trade.
Don't tell anybody. I won't. Pac-Man's coming. Everybody racing, complete distortion. Tim Judge likes it, tools of the trade. So the bottom line, they'd have dogs there. So I used to say to them, "Hey, what kind of dog's that?" The guy says, Labrador, I don't know, German Shepherd, whatever. I says, "Can we get a picture with him?" "Well, we're not actually." I says, "Well, you want a picture with Randy or an 8x10 sign, right?" I says, "Fair is fair." I says, "All we want is a picture. All we want is a picture." So the guy say, "Yeah, okay." Well, rule of thumb, everybody knows that if the dog is walking around wagging his tail and everything, you're fine. The minute that dog sits, the minute the dog sits down, you're finished. So there's no way I wanted the dog to sit down on anybody. So I got the band through, then Randy and myself would come, and then I'd say to the guy, "Picture with the dog now, right?" "Right."
Picture with the dog.
Dog sit down. Dog sit down. Myself pick up the paws over my hands so he couldn't move at all. And then we pose and take these pictures. Dog down, gone. Never had an issue with any dog sitting down at our baggage or anything.
I remember coming back from Shreveport getting pulled over by those
state troopers.
The state troopers and the DEA and the FBI.
Giving them merchandise. In the middle of the morning, we're handing out merchandise.
Here, have a T-shirt. Let us go.
Take whatever you want. Take whatever you want.
We better get Garnet on. It's 10-2, and everybody wants to hear about the goats.
I love Garnet. Let's get him on. Come on, Garnet.
Obviously, our special guest, did we hear from him?
No,
we haven't. So we're going to have to do another show with Little Richard. And so...
the one, the only Little Richard.
It was fantastic.
Hey, while you guys were talking...
you were eating.
It kind of... I'll share this screen here because you guys, it seems like you were there. You can tell me about... So this was the El Macambo, yeah?
1977.
So in Toronto, I just remember there was an album, I think Joe Walsh at the Macambo or something.
April Wine.
Oh, April Wine, yes.
Yeah, live at the El Macambo.
So all these rock legends played at this venue, right?
Intimate, yeah. Up close, very close.
There's all your stage passes.
Yeah.
So you guys were
actually
here at this venue.
Ads, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played there once.
Okay. So part of how this relates to our upcoming goat release is in our NFT collection, there's going to be 150 very special goats, and some of those Archer is sort of working on for this artwork.
Yes.
Now, one of the unique things about those particular goats is not only are they very, very valuable for a number of reasons we're not going to go into tonight, but each one of those goats is connected to a location, a venue where amazing things happened, either in rock and roll history or filmmaking history.
Yeah.
So the idea there
cool.
will be guaranteed El Macambo goat location, right? So someone will end up possessing this location, and part of the kind of fun, I guess, for those people possessing these various locations.
Yeah.
We are going to come up with some of the most creative ideas of benefits to the holders of those particular locations. And isn't it funny that, some of the actual history, Marty, you have, personally connected with this venue, whether it's recordings, backstage passes,
acts in there, played there. Yeah, you're right.
So there's this venue, but there's going to be 150.
Yeah, like
very
the surf.
Cool, from Wembley Stadium to Red Rocks.
Oh, the bottom line in New York.
To the surf ballroom, to Carnegie Hall.
Where we were, the bottom line in New York. Oh, tons of.
And one of the particular venues that is of particular interest to us with the goats is a little venue in Austin, Texas.
Oh, there you go.
Called South by Southwest.
Yes.
And we will be represented. The goats will be represented. So March 11th to the 20th.
Yes.
This is going down. I mean, we had a really good time in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
We announced our partnership with one of the films that is going to be released at this place.
Okay.
I will show.
So they're making their film debut at South by Southwest.
Correct. Now, this is the Still Working 9 to 5 group. A lot of you have already sort of heard the announcement of the GOATS partnership with this particular group. They're launching their documentary. Dolly Parton will be there in person, I believe, on the 18th. And this film is getting all kinds of, press right now, Billboard magazine, Variety. Like this, we are, riding all of this press right now. And I think it's perfect timing that we are about to mint these goats. We've been waiting for this day, and I think the timing is perfect. Some of the people in the room tonight may, in fact, be in Austin at this particular event.
Wow.
They're going to be repping the goats. We got some goats merchandise. They're going to be there. And I think the main thing is, just like in Phoenix, we met so many people who were interested in what we're doing with our NFT project. We are going to be innovating the music and movie space. We want to find people to collaborate with. This was just one. This is the first of many, many collaborations. And I can't think of a better group of people that we can come out of the gate with. I mean, other than Dolly Parton, who is kind of there's goats, but she's
definitely a goat.
She's a mega goat, right?
Mega goat, yeah.
A mega goat.
And in addition, so not only I always say 1, 2, 3. We have the goats, we have films, and we have music, right? 1, 2, 3. And what is the major song? A rewrite, a re-recording, a remix of the classic song "Working 9 to 5." Colin and I've heard the song. We can't share it yet.
It's fantastic,
and it brings tears to your eyes because they took that kind of very upbeat kind of song and they made it into like this epic.
You'll hear it. It's beautiful
to working moms.
It'll come up,
and it brings tears to your eyes. So it's going to be a hit. The movie is going to go from South by Southwest on to, just the next film festival, and we are going to pump the goats all the way at each one of those film festivals. And I was just looking through South by Southwest, and I mean, of course, they've got music and movies there, but look what's going on. The metaverse will rebuild the digital life. Down here, look inside Blockchain Creative Labs. Wow. This is all about NFTs. XR experience, all about VR. So all of these, all of these projects are going to be there. Our kind of Texas GOAT team is going to be there, and for that group, they're going to be wearing their GOAT t-shirts, having our cards. They're going to be going to these people, the blockchain creative people, and saying, "Hey man, we're the GOATs," and they'll be like, "Whoa, we haven't even heard of the GOATs." Yeah, we just partnered with one of the main films here with Dolly Parton. It's like, what? Are you kidding? So I think we're going to have a ton of fun, and I would personally want to be there if I hadn't spent so much time in Phoenix. We do have a film school here.
Tim says I want goat number 925.
925. Oh, hey, that's good.
That is good.
925. Who's going to get that goat? Maybe there's a hidden goat in the 925. Only the devs will know about that.
This has been a fun show, Richie. Hey guys, hello from Phoenix.
Hey,
they are listening.
Glad to hear you all.
Phoenix. All right. I wish those guys would try to do some work.
Instead of watching TV or show.
They just party all night.
Can't get in trouble watching television.
Try to get some work done, guys. Actually, that's not true. I'm only joking. Those guys are ridiculous. I would go to bed at 2 a.m. and they're still up there grinding in the kitchen, banging on the pots and pans, and writing code.
Hey, Jason's in the room. Welcome, JW.
JW.
This has been a fun show. We had some fun stories there.
Yeah, I guess before we go, shall we do a whitelist giveaway here?
All right, a whitelist.
What is the code name going to be?
Let's go hashtag.
Go 925.
925.
925.
925.
Sure.
9 2
5 goats.
No, number 2.
Oh, 925. Wow, that's short. Okay. Also,
9 to 5 goats.
An important announcement to make for all of you GOAT fans. So this is going to be a pretty big week for us. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be engaging on Twitter, in Spaces. We will send those announcements out. But from now until right through South by Southwest, we're going to be every day Twitter Spaces, kind of with two main messages. Like number one, our main message about collaborating and innovating in the entertainment space. And the other thing, because the topic of the 9 to 5 show is all about women empowerment and women in Web 3.0, we're going to hit on those two topics and just begin to engage the NFT community. We're going to ask them, questions in the whole music space. We're meeting so many people. Just today, Colin and I had a very powerful meeting with people in finance.
Well, it's International Women's Day as well, Garnet, today.
Yeah, congratulations to all those female goats out there.
And we want to acknowledge the bees because we've got a lot of support from the bees group. And so I meant to give a shout out to everybody a little bit earlier. We're almost out of time, but let's bring it on home there, Garnet. And do the spin, and then maybe you can play that Radio Man clip on the way out.
Oh, right. And so you're saying that we're not going to play your piano song?
I guess you can play it on the way out. I haven't heard it yet. I hate seeing stuff, but you never know.
Okay, here we go.
Let's do the draw. 925, hashtag 925 for a goat whitelisting. And just remember all those locations. Madison Square Garden, somebody put in the chat. There's so many cool places.
Sorry, you missed that. Grant is the winner. And
go around.
Just so everyone knows as well, for those StarWire NFT token holders, we are taking a snapshot of anyone with StarWire NFTs. You will be whitelisting. We will give details of how many goats you're allowed to mint for these whitelistings. And also anyone in the StarWire original WPE, the original hive, we will snapshot you guys as well. So we want to honor all of anyone who sort of purchased and locked up Star for the last year. And I think you're going to be very excited when you read the website's going to be opening up really quick here. When you read the light paper of, like say, first time, a profile picture, computer design, and these collection, first time a PFP collection will be embedded with a token. And our Star token, I think it's going to be the first. A lot of collectibles are going to be looking at our project going, whoa, this is amazing. And I think you're going to like how we engage the Star token in it as well.
Wow. So, congratulations, Grant.
So for any StarWire team that happens to be on the listening in, we're going to have a meeting, I don't know, I guess probably in an hour to go over sort of what the rest of the week, what this Twitter Spaces is going to look like. But yeah, it's going to be game on. So just keep your eyes and ears open for what all the marketing events
thanks.
are coming up.
Thanks, Garnet, for the nuggets.
Absolutely.
And thank you, everybody in the chat.
Sure.
Great to see such a great turnout tonight.
Good turnout.
It's awesome. And Marty, you just did a great job. You really told some stories that even I didn't know.
Well,
yeah, we get that. Once we mint out, we got to publish. I know you've got plans to publish a book, Marty, but we also have to get the audio book done. We have to release these, same way we're releasing the goats. We have to get your stories out to the public, right?
We're going to do that, and we're going to do some Archer, and we've got a lot of fun stuff planned, and the Dow. And there's little Richard. He will be joining us again.
we hope next week, yes, with the time change.
If we get the right time zone.
We did this time, but he wasn't around.
Well, we'll go out with some of him. So this was a concert where Colin, you and Marty were actually here.
Yeah, I was the tour manager. Colin was the musical director.
I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm playing the piano. He doesn't play piano. He's piano syncing.
Johnny Ferreira.
Yeah, Johnny's there.
Welcome, Marvin.
Yeah, it is Russ, yeah.
Jason. Colin. Elma. Raven Man. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for being on Startalk Live tonight. We'll see you again next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Do it.